More Gospel, chapter 13, peer pressure. So all the elders of Israel gathered together and came to Samuel at Ramah. They said to him, "You are old, and your sons do not follow your ways. Now appoint a king to lead us, such as all the other nations have." But the people refused to listen to Samuel. "No," they said, "we want a king over us. Then we will be like all the other nations, with a king to lead us and to go out before us and fight our battles." 1 Samuel chapter 8, verses 4 and 5 and 19 and 20. The people were dissatisfied with the leadership of Samuel's sons, and they asked Samuel to appoint a king for Israel. They said, "We too must be like all the nations, with a king to rule us." It's the old refrain that everybody else is doing it, so I will too. This type of thinking has led so many to destruction. Samuel warned them that this plan of action would turn out badly, but they wouldn't listen to him. They wanted to be like everyone else. Individuals as well as nations are greatly affected by peer pressure. This has been painfully obvious in the high school students that I have taught over the years. The desire to fit in is the deciding factor for many in many situations. They will often do things in a group that they would never do alone. Brad was a high school boy who wanted to go to the football game on Friday night, but he couldn't use his parents' car because it was in the shop for repairs. His family was good friends with the parish priest, so he asked if he could borrow his Chevy Suburban for the night, and the priest said okay. He and 5 buddies went to the game, and afterwards they were cruising around the small town with nothing to do. 6 high school boys at night with nothing to do is a recipe for trouble. One boy suggested that they turf some lawns, and the others chimed in, urging Brad to do it. So he did. He drove the Suburban into someone's yard and stopped. Then he hit the gas hard, making the tires peel out and leaving tracks in the yard where the grass had been torn out by the spinning tires. The SUV was filled with raucous laughter as they hit the street, looking back at their handiwork. "Let's do another one," rang out from the back seat. And so Brad drove into another lawn, and their fun continued until Brad got caught by the police. They hadn't noticed the police car down the street when they turfed the 6th yard of the night. Brad was arrested, parents were called, and the Suburban towed away. The judge gave Brad a big fine and made him personally go back and fix each yard. Do you think Brad would have turfed those lawns if he had driven to the game by himself? I highly doubt it. It was the urging of his friends that led him into it. He lacked the interior strength to resist. It doesn't have to be that way. There are many teenagers who have developed a relationship with Jesus through prayer and worship. Jake was cruising the country roads with his buddies one night when the others decided to smash some mailboxes with a baseball bat. Jake told them that wasn't cool and he didn't want to do it. They gave him a hard time about it, but he remained firm. They insisted. So he had the driver stop the car, and he got out and walked 4 miles to his home. Laura was a high school junior who went to the prom. Her date pulled out a bottle of whiskey that he had smuggled into the dance. When he offered her a drink, she was very surprised, and she told him, "I don't drink, and I don't go out with guys who do." He insisted that he was going to drink whether she did or not. Immediately, she looked around to find her date's brother, who was also at the prom. When she found him, she insisted that he drive her home at once, and he did. She dropped that whiskey-drinking boy like a hot potato with the strength that came from a relationship with Christ. Jake and Laura had a relationship with Jesus that Brad didn't have. It is the power of God inside a person that enables them to do the right thing under pressure. That power starts with a decision to live for Jesus as your Lord and Savior. It is nurtured each day in prayer and worship. With Christ in your heart, you can overcome the world. You can live your life the way you want to and not be a slave to the desires of others. That's freedom.